Before a client signs an agency agreement, the following must be outlined in writing: the commission structure including a dollar value estimate, the end date of the agency agreement, how the property will be marketed or advertised, as well as any additional expenses. The licensee must recommend the client seeks legal advice before signing an agency agreement. The licensee will also have a fiduciary obligation to the client and therefore must act in their best interests. The licensee must also ensure the prospective clients are aware of the written in-house disputes and complaint procedures.
Case 1. Darren Brady. Mr. Brady advised the client to remove the clause relating to the CCC added by the client solicitor, as he believed it was deterring bidders. Mr. Brady did so without checking if the property would meet the requirements for a CCC. The clause stated the purchaser was aware aspects of the property did not comply with CCC regulations. The property did not meet the CCC requirements, and the purchaser received $200,000 of the purchase price back. Mr. Brady failed to act in his client's best interest and did not exercise skill, care, competence, or diligence while carrying out his agency work, and was fined $3,500.
When taking the property to market, you must obtain, check and verify the legal description and title of the property. This is also addressing any easements, covenants, caveats, boundaries and zoning of the property, and establishing if these will impact potential purchasers or the value of the property. Licensees must provide a written appraisal of the property in which realistically reflects current market conditions, as well as the appraisal being supported by comparable evidence. It is recommended a property information pack be provided to potential purchasers, and there is an inclusion of a disclaimer. This is because the property pack may not include all the necessary information required that a potential purchaser may wish to have available. The agent must also advise buyers to get an independent legal advice.
Case 2. Tracy Barrow and Angela Stokes. In this case, both agents failed to check information provided by the vendor for a property they had listed. This resulted in the complaint being transferred in the incorrect legal title. Rule 6.4 states a licensee must not mislead a client, which in this case was unintentionally done by not verifying the information provided. The agents were found to have engaged in unsatisfactory conduct, resulting in fines of $1,500 and $2,000.
When receiving offers, the licensee should act in good faith and deal fairly with all parties engaged in the transaction. Communicate regularly and in a timely manner with the client, keeping them well informed of all relevant matters, and in this instance, of any offers made by potential purchasers of the property. The licensee should also be aware that they must submit all written offers to the property to the client and agent if they are working for an agent.
All parties to the contract must sign the sales and purchase agreement. The agent can help make changes or add clauses to the agreement. You must be familiar with the contents of the SPA, including property details such as the address, title and legal description, and any chattels and conditions such as finance, building condition report and limb reports. Furthermore, you need to be aware of its GST and its implications. Most issues relating to sale and purchase agreements arise from misunderstandings, so clear communication and ensuring parties seek legal advice is key. In New Zealand, there is no specified deposit amount, but 10% is customary. The deposit makes up part of the purchase price. The deposit is also in earnest, which means if the agreement is cancelled, the amount will be forfeited to the vendor. The deposit can also be paid to the vendor or the real estate agent. If the agent receives a deposit, they must hold it for a period of 10 working days. However, there can be an exception to a stakeholder period if ordered by the court, or parties agree to release it earlier. See section 122 and 123 of the REAA for further details about deposits. Once the agreement goes unconditional, the purchase can be settled. The vendor will have to provide a settlement statement at their own expense. On the settlement date, the remainder of the purchase price must be paid in full. If there are any last-minute settlements between 4 and 5 p.m. on the settlement date, the vendor can charge the purchaser late payment interest. As per section 126 of the Act, licensees are not entitled to commission or expenses without an agency agreement.